Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be taking a look at MS-B47B Dark Knight. This is Magic Square's version of Shattered Glass Skyfire. I do love the original, and I hope that I enjoy this one just as much. I also have the New Age version, and we'll be doing a little bit of a comparison. But first, let's take a quick look at the box. Definitely, once again, a shout out to the 80s packaging. You got some really nice artwork front and back. And that's about it. They've been stepping it up with their artwork. I really do enjoy it. But we're not here for boxes, are we? Let's go ahead and get into it. In the box, you do get a set of poster style instructions. They did make some updates, but it's very similar to the original release instructions. It's not a difficult transformation, so it does do a pretty good job of getting you through it. He comes with the Legend Scale trading card. It shares the same artwork on the front. On the back, you've got a nice silhouette and some stats. He comes with the second chest plate to allow you to swap from Autobot to Decepticon, like we saw in the cartoon. We've already taken the liberty of adding some aftermarket labels to this guy. And lastly, he comes with his blaster. Identical to the one that we got with the original release. Done in a nice silver plastic. A little bit of detail in there as well. And he holds his rifle just fine in either hand. And that brings us to the figure. In my review of the original, we started out in robot mode and then went to jet mode. We're going to do it the opposite this time. So this is Dark Knight in jet mode. Very nice. The dark plastic, the black plastic comes through really nice. What paint is there on my copy at least is well done. You've got purple here behind the canopy. You've got silver paint along the back, the backpack and the wings. All comes through really good. You also got silver here on the intakes as well as on the chest piece intakes. And the purple has a matte feel to it. It might be color infused plastic. I'm not sure, but it does scuff quite easily. So I've got a scuff mark right here. I might try and figure out a way to fix. But I mean, it looks really good. You've got purple plastic here on the legs. The thrusters are done in a charcoal silver. I love the green canopies, both of which open. This one doesn't have any detail on the inside. It's just open. But the back one, which opens as well, actually has a seat, as we saw before. It's really nice. Some nice finer details here in the nose. Coming down the side. Lack of paint really is the biggest issue this guy has. The landing gear do work, and they have wheels, which is nice, so it can roll just fine. And you can close them up to get a flying look. Not much different except for color from the original release. If you choose to do so, you can still store the gun underneath the cockpit in alt mode. Give you that look. And it's short enough to where you can still use the landing gear if you want to. Just for a quick size comparison, here he is with the original New Age Firefox. As good as he looks in jet mode, let's go ahead and get him transformed into robot mode. Start by closing the landing gear if you haven't already. Separate the backpack. We can go ahead and take care of the wings, pull them out a little bit, undo this connection, swing that around, swing this around, and it will connect on the peg right there. So undo the connection, flip that around, and we can go ahead and rotate these. And fold the wings in until you hear them click, just to get them out of the way. Rotate the engines. It's important to make sure the peg does a full 180. And you want to line them up with these grooves. And then you can compress that together. Go ahead and close the backpack sections. With the legs, go ahead and pull the feet down. Bring the top of the foot down and make that connection. I love the simple transformation on the feet. It's really nice. Pull the back section of the leg out. Make sure that you're unpegged here. Now from here, fold the landing gear in, and then you can bring the leg back up and reconnect the back. It does help to have a spudger with this guy. But pull back panel out, separate the leg, bring the landing gear in, reconnect, and close. And there's the legs done. For the upper body, disconnect these. You can go ahead and rotate them if you want. Disconnect this section from the waist. Bring it up. Bring the arms down. Undoing that connection there. And we can go ahead and rotate the arms out. Collapse this section completely, like so. Undo your connection here. Now it's important to note this doesn't just pop off, you want to slide it down and then out. This is a little bit tricky, but you want to get these sections flipped up. Just make sure you have the clearance. And bring them all the way up. Do the same on this side. Bring it all the way up. pull your backpack away and rotate this guy in, bringing the head around. Make sure you have it fully collapsed and then rotate it in. Making sure this stays up. Bring these pieces down along with the longer sections on the shoulders. They'll connect here. And push your chest pieces in. Bring your arms down. And this is probably going to be the hardest part. Getting the hands out can be troublesome because they're tight. Oh, that one worked pretty well. Let's see if we're lucky on this one too. All right. If you are having issues with the hands coming out, it may be beneficial just to ever so slightly loosen the screws in the forearm. But last step is to connect the backpack. Like so. And there we go. And here we have Dark Knight in his robot mode. And I gotta say, I do like it. Taking a quick look at the head sculpt. Nicely done silver paint with red eyes, green and purple on the crest. Silver for the ears. Looking at the articulation, it is on a ball. So you do get plenty of movement, a little bit up, a little bit down. You do have the ability to lift up on the neck. It's just tabbed in, so you can get a little more down by playing with it, which is nice. Solid black across the shoulders. Arms can go 360 out to there. Bicep rotation. You've got more than 90 degrees on the elbow. Wrist rotation. Fingers. The pointer finger is individually articulated, which is nice. The other three are just solid piece. The thumb is fixed, but the whole hand does have the ability to rotate in and out. Another thing that's a nice feature on this, though it's a little bit loose, is the shoulders do have a butterfly, which allows you to reach all the way across the chest if you want to. It's definitely nice, a nice bit of articulation. All the black you see is just black plastic. You've got purple here again coming across the chest, silver for the chest intakes. You do have rotation, a little bit limited by the backpack, but you can actually lift up on it and get a little more. And tilt the backpack away, you'll be able to go all the way around. He does have a very decent ab crunch. Side skirts get out of the way so legs can actually go all the way out. Kick up to there. Rotation at the hip. double jointed knee gets you the full run. And feet can go down very little up, but you do get one heck of a rocker. Purple paint on the hips, silver on the knees. Nicely sculpted detail as we saw in the original release throughout. Feet are done in the charcoal gray, just like the engines. Nice purple detail on the sides. And here's the messy part, the wings on the back. I don't like that, but luckily we don't display them from the back. It's a nice detail here on the back of the legs. So overall, a very nice looking shattered glass Skyfire. And here he is with New Age Strangelove, their version of shattered glass Jetfire. And I gotta say, I like them both equally. I do prefer the silver where they went with white, and silver where they went with black on the backpack. They're both amazing molds. You can't go wrong with either one. I'm happy that I have both of them, actually. But I think that this guy will be my shattered glass robot version, and he is going to be relegated to jet version on my Skyfire display. Final thoughts on Magic Square's Dark Knight. I do love Magic Square, and this bot's no different. Suffers from the same complaints that everybody has. The materials are the more flexible, the lack of paint, but it's Magic Square. If you're not familiar with the product by now, I mean, this is their business model, and I for one enjoy it because it's more durable, it's less likely to break, and that's a bonus with somebody with big fat fingers like mine. Also, the articulation that Magic Square has been providing lately is phenomenal. So I think he's pretty awesome. The only issue I have with mine is the looseness of the butterflies, which that might be fixable with some kikis, so I'm going to give it a shot. Other than that, the sculpting, what paint is there, and the articulation are all fantastic. So definitely give them a shot. I picked mine up from MagicSquareToys.com. Should you replace your Strangelove? That's up to you. I always intended to get both, so I'm not replacing anything. But it's your call. I don't really think it's necessary, but if you want it, go for it. If you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. We just broke 1,000, and help me get to 2. I would really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.